Hello friends, welcome to our Lean Six Sigma Green Belt training, and today is the first session, Introduction to Six Sigma, which is in Unit 1, and we will learn today what is Six Sigma, and this would be the most in-depth training on Lean Six Sigma Green Belt. So let's start with our first session. What is Six Sigma? So by definition, if we want to know what is Six Sigma is both a methodology for process improvement and a statistical concept that seeks to define the variation inherent in any process and thereby improving it, right? So let's try to understand this definition first, and if you have to understand this definition, let's try to understand some keywords which is mentioned here. First, process, then variation, then process improvement, then methodology and statistical concepts. So sequentially, I have divided this into different parts so that you can learn this easily. First, what is a process? By definition, process is nothing but a series of actions or steps taken in order to achieve a particular end or particular outcome. For example, while you book a movie ticket, though there are lots of activities which you have to follow while booking a movie ticket, but the confirmation, the technical support, all those things are also ensured by the organization from the backend. Also, in manufacturing industry, adding QR code to levels to a package where a labor has to stick QR codes manually to a package. So there are some series of action which has to be followed in a sequential manner, and that is what we call as process. Now, what do we mean by variation? Variation is nothing but the change or difference in condition, amount, level, typically within certain limits. For example, in the previous two examples we had shared, booking a movie ticket takes about 2 minutes to 10 minutes, right? And 2 minutes, it's the best condition, but sometimes it also takes about 10 minutes as well, which means that sometimes there would be some errors, there would be some defects where you have to go back and check it again. Adding QR code levels to a package, this can take about 1 second to 10 seconds even. Again, I am considering the rework. So there is a wrong QR code which is fixed, you have to take it out, correct it, and then put the correct QR code again. Then process improvement. Improving outputs of a process or reducing defects in the process is known as process improvement. For example, while we book a movie ticket, it might take 2 minutes to 10 minutes, and 2 minutes is the best case scenario, but it might take 10 minutes as well. So what do we mean by that? So whenever it takes 10 minutes, let's reduce it to 4 minutes. Adding QR code levels to a package takes 1 second to 10 seconds, but let's try to reduce the defects and reduce it to further 1 second to 5 seconds. Now, statistical concepts. Statistical concepts is nothing but a collection of methods for collecting, displaying, analyzing and drawing conclusions from data. Concepts are derived based on abstract idea, a general notion, right? For example, we can say all the elements we will perform in a certain study are called population. And in some of the examples, we can see later stage in this course, the population is set of all students, that is 200 students. This is from example which we will consider at a later stage. That is called population, and this sort of very small definitions or a combination of definition, everything we know as statistical concepts, right? And there can be some analysis as well. Finally, what is methodology? Methodology is nothing but a system of methods used in a particular area of study or activity. For example, Six Sigma. process flow, regression. These are some of the statistical, non-statistical tools available. Now let's go back and see how all these points are related together. For example, suppose we are talking about a food delivery app where you go to a app or online web portal and you book for certain food deliveries. Now, the best case scenario is that you get the food in 20 minutes where you are happy, but sometimes it takes 40 minutes as well. So, where most of the customers will not be happy because the food also would be cold by then, by the time it reaches you. So, if you see here, we have tried to represent the times, the difference in times for different days when you order. Some days it reaches around 20 minutes, some days before 20 minutes, some days after 45 minutes, some days just before 45 minutes. So this inconsistency, whatever we can see here, this entire inconsistency we can say as variation. Now here we have the process improvement as well. What do we mean by process improvement? Nothing but how we can improve this 45 minutes and reduce it down further and closer to 20 minutes. That is what our process improvement would mean. Talking about methodology, we can use DMAC, define, measure, analyze, improve and control methodology, DMAC with Six Sigma to improve this process. And within those methodology, also statistical concept can be regression analysis, right? So hope you have able to relate all this together and finally you have able to understand the definition of Six Sigma. With this, we have completed our definition, and to know more about what we just studied, you can share your details, join our group to download the guidebook which is available in our Facebook group as well. And this is the guidebook. We are talking about chapter 1 today, what is Six Sigma, and we just covered this piece, this small piece. And next session we will cover data driven processes and decisions. So if you want the book, you can as well download this. Thank you and see you in the next session. Happy learning.